Hi and welcome to another part of the GitHub tutorials, and in this part we're going to see how we can contribute to other repositories and make a change on them and then push them to the GitHub so that we can send a pull request, and then the administrator of the repository can then confirm to merge it to the main branch. So the first step is to log into another account of GitHub. So I'm going to log into another account here and then enter my password. So imagine that you want to change somebody else's repository, but here it is our own repository which we have made on the other account. But here the purpose is to show you how we can create a fork and contribute with other repositories. So right over here we can check for site 2. Or instead I can search for Arashtad.co, which is the name of the username of my own account, my own previous account. So there are 2 users with that name. The first one is what we've meant. So let us here switch to this latest repository, site 2. So now that we've found the repository of our own account, our own previous account, we can then go right over here and fork that repository. Notice that if you're on your own account and this is your own repository, you cannot create a fork. Fork is for others to come along and make changes. So fork is a copy of the actual original project, but then you can transfer it to your own account and then so that you will be able to later create other changes. So right over here, as you can see, I've added this to my own repository. I can show you the list of my own repositories, and the only one is the one that I've just got over here, and this is another fork from the previous account. So right over here I've added this fork, and now I have the same copy of the project, and as you can see here, it's written fork from Arashtad.co and site2.github.io. So notice that we are Arashtad company. This is the name of this user. The previous user was Arashtad.co. So 2 different accounts, and here as a result we've managed to fork this. So now let's open the terminal and git clone the very same project that we have created the fork. So here you can copy the address of the repository that has been forked. As you can see, the link is the same as here. You can copy this one as well, doesn't really matter. So the command that you use is to run git clone, and then you paste in the address of the repository. So it starts to git clone, and then it is right over here. So you cd to the name of the repository, cd site2.github.io. So the folder name is just the same as the name of the repository, as you can see. And then the next step we need to take is to we can run ls. As you can see, we've got the same files right over here, and then we can run git status. As you can see, there is nothing to commit, everything is complete, and we can see the log of the project. And as you can see, we've only got 1 commit inside of the project. So right over here, let's run git remote -v. So this is how the remotes of this git is set up, and we're not allowed to make changes to the repository, and so as a result we need to rename the origin. So we can run git remote rename, and then origin upstream, and then let's run git remote v another time, git remote v, and as you can see here, instead of origin we've got upstream, and that's how we've renamed this. Now the next thing we need to do is to let's copy the link. I think we've got the copy, but let's make sure that we've copied it another time. So now we can run git remote add git, let me fix this, git remote add origin, and then paste in the address of the repository, and then run git remote -v. And as you can see, upstream has been added to the remote repository of the origin. And then right over here, we're ready to send our pull request. But before we want to do that, we can make some changes to the whole project, and then we'll be able to add the changes, push the changes to the repository of our own fork, and then send a pull request so that the original repository will also be updated. So the first step that we need to take here is to, for example, we want to change the index.html file instead of the repository. So I use this command sudo nano. You can change this manually by yourself. So let me copy this line. I'm gonna add another image to the repository. So right over here, let me paste this, and here we go. So now the image that we want to have is named GitHub. So I'm gonna add this right over here. Let me change the alt as well. And so first of all, let me save this, Control-O, Enter, and Control-X. Now I'm gonna add the image to the folder. So now let's do this, and I'm gonna add it right over here. Let's switch back to the terminal and run git add --all, and then git status, and then commit the changes, git commit -m, and the name added another image. So now we can run git status another time, or instead git log. And as you can see, another log has been added another image. And right now we're ready to push this to the origin. So let's run git push origin. So here, let me add the username. So notice that we are inside another account, so we need to enter that account username, and also we should enter the password. And notice that the password right over here is the access token key, which we haven't generated for this account. So I'm gonna head over to the settings, and here in the developers settings, personal access token key and tokens classic. And right over here we seem to have one, but because I don't have any backup of this one, I can delete this and refresh the page, generate a personal access token key. So I'm gonna name this from my repos, repositories, okay, whatever the name you want. Oh, actually, we haven't checked some of the boxes, so make sure you don't press enter right immediately, because you will forget to check some of the boxes. And right over here, that's enough. So generate token, and then I can copy and paste it right over here. So let me paste this. Also notice that you should create a backup of this key right over here, and I'm gonna change this, and you shouldn't show this to anyone, because this is the security of your this is the case of security of your own page. So right over here, let me check my repository. So let's switch back to the repositories and site 2, and as you can see, one commit ahead of Arashtad Arashtad.com. So here we can send the pull request. Also, as you can see here, we've got the new commit added right over here, added another image for the github.png, the new photo, and the index.html, which we have modified. So here you can click on contribute. In the previous versions of GitHub we had pull request, so here it is contribute. So now we can click on open pull request, and here you can leave a comment for the kind of changes that you have added to the repository. This is your own fork, so here I can explain I have added another image to the site, and then you can create the pull request right over here. So now this branch has no conflicts with the base branch, and then here actually the person, the original, the owner of the repository, the main owner or the original repository should confirm the merge. So as you can see, it says that Arashtad company wants to merge one commit into Arashtad.co, which is the master, from Arashtad company master. So the pull request has been sent to the original account who has created the repository, and then we can sign out here and switch to other account. So I'm gonna sign out and sign in from the other accounts that we have created. So I'm going to log into the other one. Let me find it and enter the password, and I'm gonna sign in. So right over here, as you can see, we've got something right over here, which is the message of the fork. So I'm gonna click on this link, and as you can see, instead of the pull request we have one notification. So we can click on this, and then as you can see, we can see the fork right over here added another image. So let's click on this, and then here we will be able to see this comment right over here. I have added another image to the site, which is from the Arashtad company. So here we can confirm the merge pull request. So I clicked on this and confirmed the merge. So everything has been done successfully, and as you can see, we've got this merged right over here. So let's get back to the main page of the repository, and so let's head to the settings and then the pages and visit the site. So as you can see, we haven't still got the image, but if we wait for some minutes, we'll be able to see that the change has been made to the website. So here, let me get back to where we were, our main repository, and also check right over here. As you can see, the commits have been changed. We have added another image, and notice that here we are in the Arashtad.co another profile. So the changes, the second commit has been also added because we have accepted the merge pull request, and so the fork has been applied on this one. So as you can see, Arashtad.co merge pull request number 1 from Arashtad company master. So the whole process of contribution has now been completed, and this is the way we can contribute to so many other accounts. Notice that if you want to create a fork on one of the GitHub repositories all around the globe from other developers, you need to request, and it is the other developer who accepts the pull request, or if somebody else creates a pull request and send it to you, you will be able to see that from right over here. And if you see that there is no problem or no conflict, you can merge the pull request. So that's it for this part of the tutorial, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and until the next one, goodbye.